What if I told you that your communication could be killing your relationships? Did you know that your knowledge of communication and the way you express your feelings, needs, and wants could be negatively affecting your home life? Today I'm going to explain 5 ways our communication, both verbal and nonverbal, could be affecting your relationships without you even knowing. Static evaluations, totalizing, indexing, paralanguage, and silence are all a part of communication, both verbal and nonverbal. All of these ways could be affecting your relationships, both the way that you see other people and the way that they see you. Static evaluation is an assessment of someone based off of one interaction with that person. For instance, if you're having a bad day and you act rudely towards someone, someone may statically evaluate you and say that you're rude. They might consider that specific action to be rude. You might be the nicest person in your town, but one interaction has got you in trouble because of a static evaluation. These types of evaluations of someone can cause you to hold things against them or them to hold things against you. Your continued communication towards others about this person is also an unfair stigma that could be attached to them and affect the thoughts of other people concerning that person that you evaluated. This can lead to what we call totalizing. Totalizing is when we sum up our opinions on someone based off of that one interaction. So when we make that static evaluation, all of a sudden now we totalize that person and call them a bad or rude person because of one interaction with them. We're totalizing their character based on one aspect of their personality. But we all present qualities that we aren't proud of. Certain quirks about our personality can easily give the impression that we don't want. But that doesn't mean others should judge us in this manner. For instance, I have a friend who believes he knows most of the things that we discuss. He knows most about those things. And upon first impression, you may feel like he's kind of a know-it-all. You may not like him. But when you get to know him, you realize he's very passionate about his beliefs, and he's convinced he's highly intelligent. And there's nothing wrong with that confidence. He is a smart person. But I have to look past this aspect of his personality and count him as a good person based on the totality of his personality and lifestyle, not one part of his personality that sticks out the most. So the best thing we can do is a technique we call indexing. Indexing is when you acknowledge exactly what I've been talking about. That statements reflect a certain time or certain circumstances. They don't reflect all times and all circumstances. Just because I had a bad day doesn't mean you should categorize me as a bad person in general. We should allow a person's total interaction with us to reflect our feelings about them. I want to speak about nonverbal cues and communicators that can quietly work to affect the way we feel about certain people or the way they feel about us without necessarily realizing it. Paralanguage is one way that we do communicate, and it's more of a silent effector of our communication. Nonverbal communication is a way in which we communicate without using words. Paralanguage is a verbal communication where we do use words. However, it's everything about those words that makes up paralanguage. For instance, when you say something in a certain manner to kind of give the idea that you're speaking rough towards someone, or you're speaking forcefully towards someone in order to kind of take control of the situation. It's your vocal qualities, your vocal sounds, and everything around that verbal communication that makes up your paralanguage. Have you ever heard the saying, silence is golden? Among the ways we communicate, silence can be a louder communicator than verbal communication at times. Silence is a powerful communicator that we use to punish someone by giving them the silent treatment. We use to respect someone by remaining quiet during memorials and moments of silence, and silence as I summarize everything, because you can use silence in order to give respect to a presenter as they are speaking to you or teaching you something. Many different things affect our opinions of others in our communication. We have to be aware that these things can lead us to make judgments about others. We also must remember that the totality of human beings cannot be expressed in one single sitting. We're just too complex of people. As a society, we've developed many ways to communicate, but our communication suffers when we don't look at each other when speaking, we don't move past our initial contacts, and let first impressions only give us an insight to a person, not tell us exactly how we feel about that person. We must not form our opinions on others based off of that single evaluation. We must start giving each other a chance. Thank you.